Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today is just a slow day and I want to use this opportunity to share with you guys some of my experience and some of my thoughts over the week of trading and working. How it's been like. Is there any regrets? Is there any new thing? Is there any improvement? One thing I'm going to say is that the road towards becoming stable or having financial freedom is actually a rough path, but I don't know, but it's just something I usually take with a pinch of salt, knowing that everything is a process and it's going to make sense at the end of the day. And most of the times I've learned this thing from trading, which is you can trade out of need and greed and you won't win. But if you trade out of strategy and being in control, you would win. Over this time of trying to work and also trade, I found out that the road to becoming an entrepreneur is hard. But at the end of the day, you have to use your job to fund your business, but later on for your business to fund your freedom. Why do I say trading with need and greed, you won't win? Imagine having a cash flow of where cash is coming out from and you're just allowing your probability to play out, risking what you're willing to lose. Have you ever thought of that? Over the past 6 weeks, I've been sharing my journey of working and trading. If you've been following me for a while, you would have noticed the remarkable change in both psychology and in both holding up my trades. I don't place too much emotion on any trade, and my job being the job that I don't even use my phone while I'm working has made it much more easier for me to allow my trade run. So in trading, I feel like it's stage by stage. When you feel you have this problem, you look for a solution, then another one arises. I will be honest with you all, trading and working works. It's left for the individual to make it work. The tremendous consistency I've had over the week I have been working and trading is unbelievable. You care less about it, you win. Like when you care less about trading, I think that's when you win. Yes, like when you don't pay too much attention to it, but you already have a process and a system towards trading, it makes more sense. Making me believe the saying that it does, I don't even need the money that it pays. Always remember that this is a process, because what is life without you setting goals and making plans and going towards those goals? Because if you aren't happy, it's because you stopped growing. If you don't feel fulfilled, it's because you stopped seeking. If you don't feel excited about life, I think it's just because of you are falling back and started living passively. So in order not to live that way, I think it's high time you start recognizing the belief you have about yourself and the belief you have about the market. Because at the same time, it is not the market that is the problem, it is your mindset and beliefs about the market. Yourself in general. Learn to recognize and identify these beliefs, because I can't and I can is a belief. You project your thoughts and beliefs into your trading. It's again me, Forex, and I'm back again with another video. And I'm documenting my first trading journey here on YouTube. So if it's your first time, please do well to like and subscribe to this channel. So today is Saturday and I just finished morning exercise, and yeah, it's been so rainy for the past few days right now, so I'm back with indoors and workouts. And today being Saturday, I want to go over what I did the previous week. I want to do a trade recap. I want to check up my trades and also our normal studies. I'm going to be studying, I think, what do I have this? PDRAs, yes. I think this was one of my favorite topics during the time I was watching ICT Core Content Month 5. The PDRAs, the hierarchy at which the PDRAs are respected, starting from the mitigation block to the fair value gap, and the breaker block being the most dominant. Yes. So today I'm going to be doing that study, and for the past few weeks it's been rough. When you try to set schedules, some things just come up and spoil it, and lately I've been feeling so out. Yeah, one thing you should know that it's hard trying to focus on something in a world filled with distraction, working and trading, it's working, it makes sense, and it's something I advise all traders who are still struggling financially or even psychologically, because you don't know how much having a job can help your psychology in your trading. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. But first of all, I need to wash my PPE for my work, because I'll be working afternoon today. I was off yesterday, so today I'll be going afternoon, so I need to wash my PPE, and then I'm going to start up with everything I need to do on my system. And thank you guys for always should I say, sticking around, and yeah, keep on watching, and yeah, let's just keep going. So guys, I hope this video was just insightful. This is just me sharing my honest review on working and trading. And if you're out there, you're still struggling with your finances, you don't know if it's your psychology or everything, but I think you should actually have to ask yourself questions on where is this really coming out from. Is this coming out from my technicals are bad, or is it coming out from my life is not balanced? Hi guys, welcome back to this slide of the video. So right now we're going to be doing my 3 hours of deep work focus, and also going over the trades we took last week, and also some of the forecasts to see what we said and languages we used that worked, and what was the thing that made us to look towards that. And also I'm going to be taking you guys over my previous study on order flow, because all these things that I'm doing are things that have been helping me in my trading. You get me understanding how to trade, and right now working towards, should I say, having stability. Yes. So right now, first of all, I wanted to go over the trade. Yeah, so USD share, as you guys can see, this was a break-even win, 2 losses so far this month. We don't take much trade, but at the end of the day we are left with positive P&L. So as you guys can see, this trade, this was TP, and if you watched the previous video, you know that I told you guys that I was expecting a market maker sell model all up to that low, for that low to be cleared. Although I didn't hold the trade up to that low, because I'm always aiming for 1:2 at least. Let's check out this daily. Let's go to the daily. You guys know 1 hour, I enter my trades in the 1 hour. So let me show you guys. I told you guys something like this was a market maker buy model for a later sell model, and you guys know I entered the trade here. I sold up to this level right here, and I exited. So price consolidated here. We also got another sweep, broken structure, retracement. The price didn't retrace to OTE properly, because if you use your fib for a continuation trade to this low, you see that price never even get to the equilibrium. So it is what it is. But we took a very nice trade. If you've been watching me so far, you know how many times I've been calling out these moves. I told you guys that price was going to come for this low, so that was more like a market maker buy model for a later sell model. And GBP USD as well, you guys knew that's what we were expecting for price to expand to the upside. And you guys know how many times this was when I was doing an analysis of a month. So this is more like a monthly power of 3. You get a month candle power of 3. So this was the month opening price. This was all the manipulation phase. We started getting a break of structure, price started going above the opening price. So immediately price took out this high, because this was where price took out this initial high of the opening price. You can see price retraced back into the range before rallying up. So if you go to the monthly candle, you see that we had the power of 3, and this is a bullish candle in the 1 month. So we have the consolidation, the manipulation, all these things were all the manipulation phases. Why it's still a manipulation? Because I've not gotten a break of structure to this intermediate high, and you can see price, how many times price reacted from this before going to the upside. So I wanted to share with you guys a few things on my study notes, going over to Notion. So this was just the trade and my forecasting. So we're going to go to the forecasting. So we're going to be like you guys know, normally I rate my forecasting what I expected. So as you guys can see, I rated it 5. So, and this is now we're going to do the after. There are a lot of things I used to do before that I've not been doing lately. More like my normal full trade ASR, but you know,
a lot of things that, since I'm working right now, I'm trying to actually see how I can actually still be managing my time. So there's a lot of things on my table right now, but that does not still mean I'm not going over my trades or going over my trading plan or the trades I've taken previously to see what worked and what didn't work. So going over to my Notion, and I'm gonna paste it here. So after, so you guys can see this is in the 1 hour. How this low, you can see. So it's more like external range liquidity, and this is the low that price is eventually going forward to. So going over to my trading private study, I did order flow the other time, and I wanted to share it with you guys irrespective of what I did here. So order flow is more like how price is respecting bullish order flow and disrespecting bearish order flow. So as you can see, our price has been respecting this fair value gap, and this fair value gap is the place that price continuously reacted from. So for instance, if that price, once price came here, price was supposed to go up and take out this external range liquidity, but as you can see, continuously price was here. So at this point, what I'll be looking forward to, if price was supposed to disrespect this order flow right here, to have used it as resistance to continue down, but as you can see, what happened here, price went up. You can see what happened here between these two kind of price used it as support to go up. Again, price still came back to it to sweep this liquidity below here, then expanded again, and then later on used it as well support in line with this fair value gap, in line with this inverse fair value gap as well, and continue to the upside. As you can see, our price continuously was respecting it. And in order flow, well, like my order flow, in my own understanding, can be said the market visualization of how price action is respecting the PDRs, which side of the market is market flowing well to. This can be identified as how price is reacting to the PDRs. So as you can see, this we have different types of order flow. So another flow whereby price is reversing, then we will now see a state whereby a fair value gap will now be turned into an inverse fair value gap. In a reversal point, when price closes back down, up, and fair value gap, and turns the fair value gap into an inverse fair value gap. Hence, if price should continue that direction, it should not see or close back down or above the inverse fair value gap. It should either uses it as a support or resistance to continue up or down. So for instance here, you know that price is feeling inefficiency and taking out liquidity. So as you can see here, if we're supposed to be continuing to the upside, price was supposed to react to this fair value gap and continue up, but not close back down on it. But as you can see, this fair value gap, price closed back down on it. As you can see, price retraced back to it, using it as what, resistance, and then rallied back down. So that was how my understanding of order flow is. And if you look at this place again, this fair value gap now was supposed to, this is the mitigation block. Like normal continuation trade, price is supposed to retrace back into that range and continue down for this external range liquidity, but as you can see, price closed above it, later on use it as resistance to continue to the upside. As you can see where price retrace back to it again and continue to the upside, sponsorship. So this is more like a fair value gap turns into an inverse fair value gap. That's a disrespecting of the order flow. Okay, so if price is bullish, then another block is, then this is supposed to be a bearish candle. So once price displaces above it, it makes it what, a bullish order block. That's a down candle. The last down closed candle before the up move is an order block. That's a change in state of delivery. So another one is a fair value gap. So in an order flow, this price is supposed to be respecting fair value gaps and not closing below it with body, because the wicks does the damage but the body tells the story. So that's more like it. So the PDR is more like, I've been, should I say, use them a little bit in this fair value gap here, but I'll still study them in terms of should I say, its own personal study in sense of PD arrays. So I'm not done with it. How am I tagging it done? So I'm just gonna do this ASAP and then get ready for work and the rest of the stuff. Okay,
I'm trying to get rich quick, or is it coming out from I'm not reviewing my trades, or is it coming out from you're not adding up everything you've done in the past few months, in the past few days, in the past few years, in the past few weeks? Trading is repetitiveness, and trading is also where you learn about yourself and where you learn about the market. So guys, I hope you guys stick around while I still share my journey towards trading.
Hi guys, I hope this video was insightful in any way, but I think I'm running out a little bit out of time right now because my network has been bad. And before I started this video, I was actually waiting for this tanker that used to do water for them to actually, should I say, be done, so the noise won't affect the video, because you guys are always complaining about the sound in the background of the video, and I wanted to actually, should I say, reduce the sound so it wouldn't affect this video much. And yeah, so I think I'm running out of time, so this I'm just gonna tag it's not done yet, because this PGRA I think is much of more of things I need to do in it, because I've not gotten the very example yet, and I need to still back test it. So for now I'm gonna be taking a break and get ready for work. Thank you guys for sticking to this extent of the video, and I appreciate you guys a lot.